everyone, I'm Hannah from Oscha Slings, and today's live video is going to be all about our brand new dark jewel warp. So I'm just going to see if I can join this video in with Clan Oscha, and please do say hello when you've joined me this afternoon. Brilliant. I think I've managed to share the video into the Clan Oscha Facebook group, so if you are, hopefully you're joining me from there or from our main page today. So I'm just going to wait and see who's going to join me. Let me know where you're tuning in from, which item is your favourite. I have 4 to show you today. Hi Marie from Denmark, lovely to see you. So I have 4 new slings to show you that have all been woven on this beautiful dark jewel warp. And we also have 2 scarves, and I can't wait to show you those in person. They feel so snuggly and soft and lovely. So this week is a little bit different because we're showing you all of the slings from this warp all at once, and they will all be out tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening should I say, at 7:30 tomorrow night. So that is GMT time, because we're still in the winter here in Scotland, but we're looking forward to the springtime coming, and all the buds are starting to come out now, and it's a really uplifting time of year, so hopefully the spring will be not too far away. Great, so thank you all so much for joining me, and we will get started. Perfect. So first of all, I'm going to show you the Arwen Elven light. And the Arwen is our beautiful elvish pattern. So this is our Evenstar motif here, and then along the border we have this beautiful quote about Arwen. So it says, not now only day shall be beloved, but night too shall be beautiful and blessed. And all its fear pass away. So that quote goes all the way along the length of the sling, which is just such a lovely quote. And this one, I'm just going to show you the warp first, so you get that real idea of the dark jewel warp. So it goes from this really nice rich teal at the top through to an indigo in the middle top section here, and then it goes into a kind of plum and down into lovely deep burgundy, and it does have a slight kind of pinky shade to the burgundy colour at the bottom there, so it could be described as a really deep magenta as well. And we have a really special weft because it's 2 colour weft. So we've actually got a really subtle weft fade going on, and I'll show you it from the back here. So we've got a lighter turquoise coming across, and then a darker turquoise, lighter turquoise, darker turquoise, and it just makes the whole sling kind of shimmer, and it's really beautiful. So I'm going to pop this one on, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the blend and show you those colours a wee bit more in real life too. So ask me any questions you have at all. I would love to answer anything. If there's any way that you'd like me to show you the pattern in a particular way, or a knot, or show you the reverse, just let me know if there's anything you would like to see, and I'll show you that as well. So I've got all 4 slings on the warp to show you today, and scarves too. So I'm going to put the Arwen Elven light on in a front wrap cross carry with a poppins finish today, and that way you'll get to see the lovely reverse. But if I hold that out there, you can just see how it shimmers, and it's very subtle on the front, but as it moves and flows in the light, little elements of it will kind of poke through and kind of be really almost like a kind of glimmering, shining light illuminating from the back. So it's a really lovely feature, I think, having that subtle weft colour, and it might be something that you don't pick up right at first glance, but once you notice it, it really does just enhance the whole overview of the colours. So we've designed these ones with the blue, the lovely teal blue at the top, the top rail, but of course you could wear this one with that really nice kind of burgundy at the top as well if you preferred. But if you do want to order a carrier, then the blue side will be at the top. This week as well we have mock-ups for you for Alia bags and accessories, and we're hoping to have mock-ups for you for carriers as well that will show the placement of the colours and the patterns as well for these slings. So that's a little addition that you can have, you'll see on the website tomorrow when we go live with the ready-made slings and also the made to order as well. So I'll just bring my baby up into the sling. So this one is a 100% organic BCI cotton, so that's the Better Cotton initiative that we're really passionate about using here. I'm just going to tighten that. You can see that lovely weft at the back there. So yeah, so it's 100% organic comb cotton. It feels really nice and smooth. It has a lovely kind of shimmer to it. But it's also easy care. You can really put this one through its paces. It is 279 GSM, so it's a really good all-rounder. You may want to go for a double layer carry if you're carrying a toddler with this one. But of course, if you, I'm just going to tighten that underneath there, give this a nice tighten so that I can do my poppins finish. I'll pin this side through under my knee. So yes, it's a really good all-rounder. It's a great one for all seasons and all ages and stages of baby as well. So certainly newborn all the way up to toddlerhood is absolutely fine with this one. So I'm just tightening my strands all the way along, and then I'm going to put it under here, which is the pass that I've got pinned in between my legs. Stand back a bit so you can see. So this one, I think, because of the colour grad and the weft grad and the full kind of spectrum of colours you see, I personally think it will be really lovely in a longer wrap with some fancy finishes. So there you can see pulling that through in the poppins finish, and you get to see those lovely colours on the underside as well. Of course, in a ring sling as well, you would really get to see those lovely shades too. And I'm just going to tie in a double knot at the back. Make sure that everything's nice and neat and organised and tight. And a double knot so you can see the lovely colours going underneath baby and then over at the other side. So I'm using a size 6 sling for this. So my base size is size 5, so it's a size base -1. And then you can see that lovely quote there going all the way along as well. So that's Arwen Elven Light. Let me see if there's any questions. Do let me know if you would like to see anything different or different kind of sides of the sling or anything. Okay, so Marie is asking, will it be possible to order a carer's carrier with any of the new wraps? Yes, you can order a carer's carrier in everything that I'm going to show you today. So you can order a baby or a toddler carer's, that's fine. Amanda says, oh my lord. It is really lovely when you see it in real life. Ashlyn, wow. Hi Teresa from the UK. Hi Leah from Denmark. Lovely to have you all join me today. Susan's asking, when can we purchase? So this one will be live tomorrow evening at 7:30 GMT. So tomorrow evening. Rachel's asking, how would Arwen be for a toddler? To be honest, I think it would be perfect for a toddler. It's a really good all-rounder. It's sort of 280 GSM. So I'm finding it really comfortable, 100% cotton. It's just a really good option if you're looking to carry your little ones all the way up to toddlerhood. You might want to do a double layer carry, like a double hammock as a ruck, or a front wrap cross carry for a front carry, or something similar to this as a hip carry, or a Poppins hip carry, something like that, and I think you'll be absolutely fine. It's got a little bit of cush to it. It's not as cushy as some of the other wraps I'll show you today, but I would say it does feel very comfortable straight from the bag, and it would be fine. It would be great for a toddler. So someone's asking, will all the jewel wraps be blue top rail? Yes, I think they are all blue top rail. So I'll explain each one when we get to it. So that'll be good. Lovely. So do let me know if you've got any other questions. So nice to see you all join me this afternoon. Perfect. I hope I haven't missed anything. Jess is asking, is this a release or made to order? So it's a bit of both. So we will have some ready-made items in wraps and ring slings, and we'll also have the made to order options for everything as well. So you can order any of our accessories or our carriers. Lovely to see you all joining me from the US and Germany and Austria. Brilliant. Okay, perfect. So I will get going with our next item. Teresa's saying, will all the wraps ring slings be available on made to order at 7:30, or are you waiting until the in-stock are gone? No, everything will be released all at once. So we will have ready-made wraps and ring slings on one listing, and we'll have the made to order on the second listing. And that's because we can't confuse the stock. So the ready-made are already being made up. So we'll go ahead and list those ones, and the other ones are separate. So yeah. Perfect. Okay, so that is the Arwen. I'm going to keep Arwen on for a little while, and I'll show you a couple of the other slings. So I'm dying to show you the Okinami. This is Okinami Atlantis, and wow, is she dramatic. So I just absolutely love this more dramatic Okinami. I would say this is the sort of first really kind of dramatic hybrid Okinami that we have released. So it's very similar in its structure to Okinami Everglade, if anyone is familiar with that. So we have a darker weft going across, and this time it's a beautiful chunky lamb's wool. So it's a chunky merino lamb's wool, and it's actually combined with cotton as well. So it's actually very, very soft to the touch. So overall it is 18% merino lamb's wool. It has 16% cotton and 20% Supima cotton. So the white kind of ecru, the natural white of the Supima cotton, is the second weft colour for the hybrid, and it just really shines out of that dramatic sky. It's almost like a kind of night sky scene with Okinami. And of course the Supima cotton, for any of you who are familiar with that, it does have a really lovely shimmer and a nice handle as well. So the lamb's wool, you can see, if you can see that closely, you can see that the lovely texture of it. It's quite a kind of chunky yarn. So you're seeing that coming down all the way into the sort of gradient in the sky there as well. And I think that just really offsets that beautiful bright tone of the kind of moonlight and the kind of sea foam on the waves. And then you have the jewel tones coming into the sea, the sort of indigos and burgundies and deep blue up into that night sky. So I don't know about you, but I think it's a really stunning Okinami, and something that's quite different to anything that we've done, certainly recently, in terms of Okinami colours. So it's really beautiful. And I want to show you the back as well, because it is super dramatic too. You're really seeing a lot of that really nice kind of navy lamb's wool coming into the backdrop. and the kind of fade of the jewel tone is a little bit more subtle on the back. So I show you that. Whoops. Alison's saying, all I can think is a sea of wine. It's yeah, it's a really nice kind of night sky, and also I think this this lovely kind of design detail, if you get a little bit closer to it, because of the hybrid weave, you see every so often you see a little bit of speckles from the white subpuma in the background here. And when you see it up close, it almost looks kind of like stars in the sky. So yeah, so the hybrid weave adds a lot of support to the sling, so it adds a kind of extra support. It's going to be wonderful for toddlers, this one. It is really quite a thick sling, so it's going to be perfect if you're looking to carry a heavier baby, and our tester, our review, gave a review saying that it was really perfect for carrying her toddler, and is really cushy on the arms, really cushy on the shoulders, but of course because it is because it has that extra kind of hybrid structure to it, and it has a lamb's wool, it is quite beastly to tie, let's say. So if you love a nice thick wrap, this is 372 GSM. That's the knot there, you can see. It's going to be really nice and cushy on the shoulders. It will be grippy, it stays in place once it's tied. It's got a little bit of bounce to it, but not a huge amount of bounce, given the hybrid weave technique is quite strong and sturdy. So if you're looking for a perfect toddler wrap, I would say the Okinami Atlantis is definitely one to consider. You can also place if you're going for a shorty, maybe a size 2, and you're looking to do maybe like a ruck at the back, you can do some really lovely placements with the wave there too. So yeah, the soft, cushy, a little bit of bounce. It is temperature regulating, of course. It may feel a little bit hot in the summer, but again, your 18% merino lamb's wool, you know, it will give you that little bit of temperature regulating qualities, but it's not going to be yeah, it doesn't feel too woolly. You know, if you're sensitive to woolly prickle, to be honest, I am quite sensitive to wool, and I'm not feeling the prickle from it at all, and I think that's the nature of the cash wool, and yeah, and the fact that it's combined with cotton. So that's Okinami Atlantis. Lovely. Susan says, I love that both sides are attractive. Yeah, I think there's really something special about that. So you could kind of choose to wear it either way. You can make a real feature of the back. And Marianne says this is, Marlene says this is a piece of art. You can really see those lovely colours coming over. And Natasha's saying, I love this so much, the colours are so gorgeous. Yeah, I think the colours are so dramatic. I think the hybrid weave really shows those lovely kind of contrast going all the way across the fabrics. Can I see, okay, so Jess is asking, can I see the Okinami and a candy cane chest belt? Let me see if I can do, yeah, I think I can probably do like a, I wonder, I don't think I have, I'm just thinking about how to do this. Maybe I could just twist it together. Would that be enough for you, Jess? Or I can, at the end, I can try and do a little back carry maybe, and try the candy cane chest belt that way. But if you had two ends, maybe, would that be the best way to show it? If I hold it like this, would that be helpful? Is this helpful? If this isn't helpful, then let me know and I'll do something different. So that's a kind of twist, I guess, of the two. I've just got a size 2 here, but I could probably pop it on and show you. Yeah. Let me know if you'd like something a bit more specific and I can do that for you, Jess. Perfect. Okay, so I'll pop this here just now, but we can come back to the Okinami if anyone wants to see anything else with that later. And then we'll move on to our next sling. So I'm going to show you this Starry Night Agartha now, and I think I'm going to pop this one on and show you it in its full glory. I'm not going to show every sling that we have on today because I think that would be a little bit much, but certainly I can show you anything else that you want to see, so do let me know if there's a particular thing you'd like to see in any of the slings. I can do that for you. So the Starry Night Agartha, for those of you who have not met this sling yet, it is a really special luxe blend. So the weft of this sling is red piece silk, and the red colour that you're seeing here is almost a kind of like warm kind of ochre colour, and it is actually the natural colour of this yarn. And the reason it's that colour is because it has the butterflies that are used to create the silk, the butterflies that create the silk, their diet is actually based on their entire diet is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this properly, but it's Ficus citrifolia, and that's a type of fig plant, and there's lots of tannins in the fig plant, and therefore they produce this really red silk. And the other thing that's amazing about this silk blend, or this silk yarn, is that it's actually a really eco-friendly yarn, because it's actually made up of the waste from the spinning and the combing of the silk yarn. So it would have gone into landfill, and yet this particular yarn has been made up from all of the sort of recycled from all of the little pieces of silk that are left over in that process. So it has, by its nature, it has this wonderfully slubby texture, the sort of slubbiness of silk that many of you will be familiar with from Shantung Tussa and the like. But you can really see those really gorgeous silky flecks coming all the way over, and you can see it particularly well on the back side of this sling. So I'm just going to see if there's questions, and then I'll pop this one on. Oh, Jess, thank you. I'm glad that was okay. Gives you an idea of Kush. You think you love that, Okinami, wonderful. Perfect. Okay, so I think, Nicole, I think you're saying yes, such a beauty, might need this one. Lovely. Perfect. This Starry Night is so beautiful. Okay. So Kit is asking, how much shimmer does the Starry Night have in real life? It looks so shiny and glimmery. So I would say it probably, I mean, because the warp has got a little element of shimmer to it, I'd say that's kind of shining through, but I would also say that the silk in itself is quite a matte yarn. So the silk, this red piece silk, is not a kind of shimmery as some of the other silk yarns that we use. But it feels so kind of fluffy and soft and buttery in hand. So I would say the shine that you're getting is more from the warp colour. And of course, I guess the kind of flecks and the sparkles almost make it look a little bit more shiny. But yeah, perfect. So Kate's asking, how does it compare to Tussa silk, like the sea salt? So I don't think I've tried the sea salt solitaire, But in terms of Tussa silk, it feels very similar in terms of wrapping qualities and feel. So it feels really kind of bandagey. I'll pop it on as a, I've got a size 2 here, so I might maybe just pop this on for you in a traditional carry with a slip knot on the shoulder, and I can show you what that looks like. But yeah, it's feeling very kind of soft and cushy. This one is 290 GSM, so it's a really lovely kind of medium weight wrap. So it's going to be perfect for little ones, newborns, all the way up until toddlerhood. You know, it really is comfortable. It's very easy to knot and easy to tie, but it also kind of stays in place really well. So it feels almost like a bandage, the way that it kind of wraps. And you know, if you are doing a kind of front wrap cross carry or a complicated back carry, you know, you do get a really nice kind of diagonal stretch on it. So I'd say that would be a plus point certainly for getting a really nice and snug carry. So yeah, so I thought I would just show you this one as a slip knot and get my baby in the side. So again, it's got the blue is designed to be the top. So if you are going for a carrier or an alia bag, we will have our alia bag placement for you, but it will have the blue towards the top. And if you're going for a wrap, obviously it doesn't matter, you can decide which way you want to do things. So I'm just going to prepare this a little bit, prepare my pouch for my baby, pull up a little bit of the blue. So if you're looking for a really kind of ethical yarn, the reason it's called Peace Silk is really lovely as well. So the reason this one is called Peace Silk is because the butterflies are, they wait until the butterflies have left the cocoons before they harvest the silk. So it's a really lovely ethical option if you are looking for something that's made from silk, that's ethical, that's environmentally friendly. This one certainly is a really brilliant yarn to go for. And it had wonderful reviews when we put it out for testing as a prototype. We had some really wonderful reviews at that time, and also our lovely reviewee in the clan. You can check out her full review there as well. I'm just going to pull that down, pull my slack down here. And there we go, and you can see, depending on which way you want to show, how much you want to show of the back and the front, you know, it would be lovely as a ring sling as well with this one. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions. Kit's saying, is there any chance there will be a dark jewel tone version of Victoriana? We haven't brought Victoriana out with this run of the dark jewel. But of course, if that's something that you're interested in the future, we could always consider a rerun of this one. Gretchen saying, I need me some of that Starry Night action ASAP. I'm thinking alia bag, throw, you name it. Honestly, Gretchen, it's a really lovely, it's so pretty, and it feels so lovely in hand. Is it as soft and drapey as the Tussa silk? Kate's asking. Yes, I would say it is. It feels very similar. It's very, very soft in hand. Yes, and maybe see if there's a comparison that I can do if I can get some Tussa silk slings sling here, then I can maybe do a little comparison for you at some point. But certainly from my memory and from trying them out, I mean, this actually has 40% natural red piece silk, so it's quite a high percentage of silk. Quite often when we're looking at Tussa, we wouldn't maybe have quite as much. So yeah, it might be like a couple, you know, an alternating yarn or something in our most recent releases. But it feels kind of, it definitely feels similar from my memory anyway. It might also be an idea if the tester has tried this. We could maybe see if they've tried a tussa, and maybe see if there's what they think of that as well. So we could check that out in Clan Oscha. And now saying, will these be a made to order, and any news on when Rialta will be reweaved? Yes, so these will all be made to order as well as ready made, and the Rialta will be coming back. I think it should be in the autumn, so we're going to place a reweave with the weavers in the next month, and it should hopefully be restocked in the sort of autumn time. So hopefully you can catch one of those at that time. Becca's saying, would you consider a dark jewel collection scrap packs? I would love a piece of everything. That's a really interesting idea, actually. We will have 1 meter. We will have 1 meter pieces of everything on the made to order, so you could do that way and you would almost make up your own scrap pack. Otherwise the scraps generally are made, because we have so little scraps. At the end of the day we end up making them as more of a selection, but you could definitely go with 1 for 1 meter pieces of everything to go that way round. That could help, but I'll keep your suggestion in mind, certainly, in terms of having scrap packs on particular warps. Lovely. Jess is asking prices. Yes, I will go and have a look, and I'll find out the prices for you and pop that in the comments. Natasha's saying, thank you for making such beautiful pieces to wrap our babies in. Oh, that's such a lovely comment. Thank you. Kate's asking, will this be added to the classics, or is this a one-off? So at the moment, there's no plans to reweave the dark jewel as a classic. So at the moment, these are all one-offs. Certainly the Starry Night Agartha will not be woven again, because it's a luxe item. And I don't see us reweaving the dark jewel, but you know, I guess if many of you want us to do the reweave, then we can always consider it, but at the moment there's not a plan to bring the dark jewel back as a classic. Laura's saying, honestly can't decide what I need, they're all so pretty. That's a lovely comment, thank you. Perfect. Okay. So Lena's asking, do you know what colour will be up in an alia? Yes, so for this week we're actually going to have on the listing, so tomorrow when everything goes live, you'll be able to see the exact placement of all of these things in the alia bags. So I know that the blue will be towards the top half, but you will actually get to see a mock-up of exactly how it will look. So you should definitely look out for that if you're thinking about accessories. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. So I have the last sling to show you. It also has a really exciting and interesting weft yarn, and then I have 2 scarves as well to show you. So this is our Ancients of Gondor Cinder, and we actually haven't released an Ancients of Gondor in a while, and it's such a brilliant Middle-earth pattern. It's so iconic. It depicts the lineage of the white tree, so of the white trees which were beloved by the elves. So any of you who are Middle-earth fans will hopefully love the colourway of this one. And this with this design as well, you really get to see the grad, the dark jewel, all the way through the back, because the patterns are kind of in sections, so you really do get to see that lovely colourway and the shimmer of the warp as well. So the Ancients of Gondor weft yarn is a new weft yarn for us, and this is the very first time that we've released it on a full release. So the weft yarn is an eco heather weft yarn, and it's made up of mixed recycled fibres. So similar to the piece silk, where the yarn is actually made up of lots of little pieces of yarn that would otherwise go to landfill. So it's a really environmentally friendly, sustainable yarn. It's all about kind of using every scrap of fabric and making sure that we make the most of the yarns and the best for our planet. So the nature of this yarn as well is that it has this lovely mottled colour to it. So it's mostly, I'm trying to bring that close so you can see. Really lovely, kind of almost like latte colour with a kind of little speckles of kind of lighter creams and tops and kind of OT shades, and really nice, kind of very, very subtle, but it's definitely there, and it adds a kind of warmth to it. So sorry, Wendy's saying, I missed the info on this one, what kind of yarn? So it's a mixed recycled yarns that would have otherwise gone into landfill. So it's called an eco heather yarn, and it's got this lovely mottled colourway, and it kind of just adds a really lovely quality to the sling. When you get up close, you can kind of really see that lovely mottled colour. But of course we love it because it's so environmentally friendly and sustainable, and it actually has a wonderful handle to it. So it feels really nice and drapey, this sling. The composition is, of course, as it's recycled mixed fibres, it could be a combination of lots of different yarns, but it will be mostly cotton. And then we also have possible little flecks of wool, cashmere, lyocell, silk, linen, and the actual yarn itself is very, very soft, and it's kind of a little bit cushy as well. I'm not feeling any kind of prickle, so if there is wool in there, I'm not feeling that. It's got maybe a tiny bit of bounce to it, a little bit of stretch as well, and yeah, it's extremely soft and kind of floppy straight from the bag. And the GSM of this one is 287 GSM, so it's a really kind of medium weight sling. This one, it's kind of a good all-rounder, will be perfect for little babies all the way up until toddlerhood, but you might want to go for a double layer carry if you are carrying a toddler, just because of the weight of this one. And Brie is asking, I'm a brand new wrapper. Yes, so with the mixed yarns, how do we wash the wrap? So let me check for you. That's a very good question. So this one looks to be fairly easy care. So it's a machine wash on delicate or gentle. So you can definitely go ahead and pop that one in the machine on a hand wash cycle or a delicate cycle. Will be absolutely fine. And I think it'll also be really lovely for new wrappers. It will glide well, it will knot well, it stays in place. Our tester definitely said that it would, it was a kind of lovely all-rounder sling, and she would definitely recommend going for a double layer carry if you're carrying a toddler, but for little ones it'd be absolutely fine. So yeah, that is the Eco Heather. And if you do try this one, we'd love to hear what you think about the blend. It's really lovely being able to use recycled yarns in our slings, and obviously that's one of the things that we're super passionate about here at Oscha. And it does add that little bit of warmth as well. So I'll knot this one for you, and I'll show you how that looks too. There you go. So it's soft, it's pliable, it's got a little bit of cush to it. Yeah, it's easy to tighten, glides well. And I'd say it's got a little bit of grippiness there as well, so it's going to be a nice balance of grip and glide for that one too. Alison says, I like the reverse of this one too. Valia's saying, with it being new, do you all have an idea about climate for it? So my guess with climate for this one, because it's about 280 GSM, I would say it's going to be quite good for all seasons and kind of temperate climate. I think if you're wanting something for wearing in very hot weather in the summer, you might find it a little bit on the warm side. It is mostly almost all, as far as we're aware, natural materials. You know, there might be a little bit of lyocell in there or viscose yarns, but certainly on the most part it's going to be breathable. It's mostly cotton and linen and little bits of wool and silk, and of course wool is temperature regulating. So I would say that you could definitely wear this all year round. To me it feels a little bit snuggly, like it feels kind of soft and kind of fluffy, so I think it would be lovely for the winter, but certainly would be really nice all year round as well for this one. But of course, if you are going for something super hot, then you might want to look at one of our linens instead. Christine's saying it would be interesting if a certain tree would be in the centre of an Alia bag. So yes, I think you'll see that you'll see the mock-up of the Alia bag, and you'll be able to see roughly what that will look like for the Alias, certainly. Trey's saying, if you have time, I'd love to see Okinami worn. Yes, I can pop that on at the end for you. So cool that it's a recycled yarn. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely recycled option, and it feels so nice in hand. Really lovely handle to it. Great, so that is Ancients of Gondor Cinder. I'm really excited about this one. Like I say, we haven't had Ancients of Gondor in a while, so it's really nice to see that one coming out. And in a slightly different colour as well to what we have done recently. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to show you our new scarves that are also coming tomorrow from the same warp. So I'll just undo my slip knot, take baby out, and over the head. All right. So first of all, we have the Ray Anwin, and these have been woven on the same warp as the others. So it's the lovely deep dark jewel. So we've chosen to go for the right side, if you like, the reverse of the ray, so you see that kind of slightly darker colour coming into the back. But of course, as you're wearing it as a scarf, you know, you can decide which way you want to wear it. Hopefully the colours are picking up okay here on my screen. I actually do think they look a little bit deeper in real life. So you can see that lovely indigo in the middle and up to the teal at the top and the burgundy at the bottom. And you can just, the open weave of this one and the lovely, has a really lovely drape. So similar to some of the scarves that we did back just before Christmas, this is on the same warp, so we've just opened up the weave structure a little bit and chosen a weft yarn to go across with this one. So this one has a black weft yarn and it's also in cotton. So this is on 100% cotton scarf, and you've got on the scarves, you've got the lovely fringing on the end of the scarf, and this one will be available in cowls and infinity loops as well. So they are quite snuggly. This one feels like a really nice kind of cushy scarf. You can kind of see the weight of it there. If you were to go for a cowl, it would be much kind of lighter weight because you just have one tube of fabric. Unfortunately, I don't have any here to show you just now, but you could wear that like an accessory in cowl form, and you will get the whole entire grad from the top to the bottom, and it will be like a nice kind of loop around your neck, so it would look almost like this. So if you were going for a cowl, you would see something like that, and it would be about that length there. So that's kind of roughly how a cowl will look. And then we also have the infinity loops, which you can twist round. So that's the ray. Kerry's saying, can you do the Doors of Durin in these colours? Well, this is everything that's coming on the warp, so if we were to rerun the warp would we manage that, but it's certainly something that that you can input on, and I will be doing a little poll soon in Clan Oscha for some ideas around what you'd like to see next winter. And then finally we have the Sekai, which is a really special blend because it has this shat silk in the weft. So this one has the beautiful kind of steely grey shat silk in the weft, which is really special, and that adds a really lovely shimmer to the sling, so you can see that there. Sorry, the scarf, this is not a sling, this is a scarf. And it has this beautiful, beautiful drape to it, and that's definitely helped by that lovely quality of the silk. So yeah, I think it's a kind of steely grey colour in the weft. And then again you've got the lovely fringing at the end there as well, and you can really see the pure colours of the warp coming through all the way to the end. And this one will also be available in cowls and infinity loops as well, and they will be coming tomorrow. Yes, they will be coming tomorrow, Natasha. Tomorrow at 7:30 as well. Lovely. So yeah, this one is 16% shat silk and 84% BCI organic cotton. So if you're a silk lover or a Oscha scarf lover, this one is going to be a really lovely option. And also if you wanted to go for a cowl, so that feels a little bit lighter, this one. We will have the GSMs of these ones on the listings as well for you, but it's a little bit lighter, I think, than the Ray. So there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I think I had a question around having the Okinami put on, so seeing it worn, so I'll do that for you, and I'll just check if there are any more questions. And like I say, all of these things will be released tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. GMT, and these are all of the ones that are coming on this warp, and yeah, you can let me know if you've got any other questions. Nicola, sounds like you like the Ray scarf. And Becky too. Lovely. It's actually really nice to have the scarves in as well. It's just so lovely to kind of build up our accessory range too, so that those of you who are wearing less often and you can You can see some scarves as well. Perfect. Oh, okay, great. I will show you the Okinami then. So I just have a size 2 here, so I'm actually thinking it might be best to go maybe with a traditional sling carry, and then we can do like a kind of hip carry with that one, just out of quickness I think, and because I've got quite a small baby I don't think it'll work quite so well as a back carry because it's quite a thick, quite a heavyweight sling. So I'll just pop this one on in a trusty traditional sling carry with a slip knot at the shoulder. So I'm going to go over, under, up. And you get the idea of the kind of cushiness as well in terms of the size of the knot and how that looks and feels. So it will take a little bit of breaking in this one, but it will also, you can see that there, but it also will be so good for carrying toddlers, and it is actually very soft straight from the bag, but I think it does definitely have the potential to be broken in even more for the Okinami. So I'm just going to make enough of a pouch for my baby doll to sit in. And hopefully we'll get a bit of that lovely Okinami wave. I know some of you are great at pattern placement, and it's certainly something that is fun to perfect. Lovely. So here goes. I'm just going to bring my knot up a little bit more to my shoulder and bring baby in to the sling. You can see all the details going around. And she's obviously quite small, so you'd probably be using this one with a bigger baby. You could certainly, I would say, you know, go for it 6 months up, something like that would be really suitable. You could even go a little bit younger, maybe kind of 4 or 5 months. You can just be careful when you're going underneath any leg passes that you're not kind of pushing the legs out too far with it, because it is it's a little bit thicker. But once you get into kind of older baby and toddlerhood, it's going to be a dream to carry with because it's so cushy and supportive. So we really did weave this one with the bigger kids in mind. There we go. Just pulling that through. And then I'll just open that out over my shoulder as well. You can see. Lovely. There we go. So that's the Okinami Atlantis. So do let me know if you have any other questions at all, and I will look forward to chatting with you tomorrow in our Secret Stash happy hour. So normally every second Wednesday when we have any releases, we will be doing we will have a Secret Stash happy hour, and we'll have some little giveaways, some little special draw to purchases, our new releases, and some Sling chatter as well. So Nicola's saying, I missed the rest of the live. Will it be available to rewatch? Yes, I will post this straight onto our Facebook page so you can watch it again from the beginning if you like. And feel free to comment, and I'll see if I'll do my best to get back to you if you've got any other questions. Yes, Wendy, all of these ones will be available to purchase as a Keris. So if you do want to go for a Keris, those you will have to go to the made to order listing on the website tomorrow and you can order those in a Keris. So Kirsty is asking, is it possible to see somewhere the pattern placement on Alia Bag of Ancients of Gondor and Ray River? I'm not sure about the Ray River. Not too sure what you mean by that one, but the Ancients of Gondor, yes. It will. We will have a graphic on the website that will show you what the placement will be for the Alia bag, so you can check that out tomorrow when it goes live. Okay, Kirsty, yes, so we'll have the placement of the Alia bag for this Okinami as well, so you can check that out on the website tomorrow. Great, brilliant. Good, okay, well thank you so much for joining me today. Just to quickly recap the slings that we covered and the scarves that we covered so that you can check them out tomorrow or you can pop back and watch the rest of the video later. We have the Sekai Arwen Sail Scarf with the Shap Silk, the Ray Anwin with 100% cotton, that's also the lovely scarf. And then we've got the Starry Night Agartha in that sumptuous red pieced silk and that wonderful eco yarn ethical silk, which is just a real treat and feels so lovely in hand. And then we have the Ancients of Gondor with our new Eco Heather recycled yarn, which is wonderful for the environment and is a really lovely new sustainable yarn that we hope to use more of in the future. And it's a really nice kind of mottled tone in the weft. And then we have this lovely hybrid Okinami Atlantis, which is lovely hybrid and has a really nice thick cushy lamb's wool weft yarn and that lovely light white kind of Supima cotton in the weft as well, and it's perfect for toddlers. So I think there's something for everyone here in terms of age and stage and climate as well. So do let us know if you've got any other questions. We'll be in Clan Oscha, or you can get us on Facebook Messenger, but join us in Clan Oscha in our Facebook group, and we will look forward to chatting with you all tomorrow evening if you join in with Secret Stash Happy Hour at 7:30 in the evening. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. I look forward to chatting with you all again soon. Bye!